Going live today. Why not? Because all I'm gonna do for the rest of my day is clean this guitar. I'm hoping that I got my camera guy all dialed in here, and we'll get going further on this repair and this rebuild on this instrument. This is a 19 and I believe 70 or 71, we're not really sure, Gibson J40. And this thing has played thousands of gigs in smoky bars, and has been owned by people who smoked cigarettes, and so this thing is covered in tar and nicotine stains. Now, this guitar has also had extensive repair work done on it in the past. The gentleman who did that work on it is my journeyman, and so prepare yourself for watching somebody simply be cleaning today. And I'm just going to use some oven cleaner and Roncinol lighter fluid to do my job today. Let's see. And let's see that basically the oven cleaner gets the nicotine and tar to smear around a little bit, and then the Roncinol lighter fluid, which evaporates into nothing, kind of finishes off the job by removing the lighter fluid and with it all the nicotine and tar. And this one section of it right here, now keep in mind I've already been cleaning on this for several hours today. It's all I've done all day today. So you know, it's one of those things that you get if you're a smoker and you smoke in your home or whatever. I'll turn on some better light here. Maybe we can just better light on this instrument. So, and then we're using oven cleaner to break the tar and nicotine loose from the lacquered finish. I'm trying to find a clean spot on this rag. You can see it just smears it. It doesn't actually. Tar and nicotine is one of the worst substances you'd ever have to clean off of an instrument. It is bad. It takes hours of cleaning. And I'm gonna make that effort on this one because the owner wants it done that way, and I have to shoot lacquer on all of the new binding that I've placed on this instrument, and there's no two ways about shooting lacquer over tar and nicotine. It will not stick to the instrument. So I've got to get all of the tar and nicotine stains off of this guitar. I've already done the top, and I've done about half of the side here in my attempt to remove all this lovely nicotine. If you wonder what smoking does to your lungs, look no further. I'll show you firsthand what it's doing to your body. So if this doesn't make you quit smoking, I don't know if you have much luck. Here we go. And I'm waiting for a couple of texts from some clients, so I might have to answer my phone in the middle of my job here. So this has had some different finish put on it. I can see the line right here where the original finish stopped, and the the other stuff starts. Okay, what do we got going here? Unfortunately, I'm unable to find mahogany here locally. I live in a small town, and
That's great. Nicely done.
Giving some advice.
Keep singing it. I remember to sing the first verse again.
We're also doing guitar lessons here today, so you're going to get able to listen to one of the finest guitar players we have in our community, and one of the best guitar teachers I've ever known. Wonderful guitar instructor.
Good job. Good job. And
I'm going to let that soak in a little bit.
It's cool and good.
There we go.
And also,
hope everybody's having a really great Monday. Mondays are always my favorite day of the week. I get to get back to work.
Yeah, as far as the number of beats in the measure and stuff, that kind of stuff.
Let's see how this
Oh yeah. When you're
does. Sometimes, generally, I don't shoot the oven cleaner directly on the instrument, but in this case, it's so thick, especially in this area of the guitar. I don't know. I'm guessing that this part of the guitar was refinished, maybe. And here's your nicotine. This is what's in your lungs when you're smoking. And I hate to point that out to you, but if you're a smoker, and this just becomes literally sticky, totally sticky, and it's just smearing the tar and nicotine around on the instrument. And I'm going to have to go over multiple times to get all this off of here. And forgive me, I'm not really paying much, not really paying, hey Jampro, not really paying a lot of attention to the chat, because I'm just going to keep busy here. But you can see what if you're a smoker and you have your guitar repaired, likely what's going to have to, a tech's going to have to spend time doing to repair your guitar properly. And that, having said that, the owner of this guitar owns the business that I work at, and he is my fearless leader, and he does let me work on his guitars. This actually belongs to his son now, and he hasn't smoked in 40 years. So this nicotine and such is on this guitar from back in the 70s and probably some of the 80s when this guitar was gigging in clubs, bars, things like that where people smoked. So thus the damage has been done. Going over it with some Roncinol lighter fluid to try and get some of it off. More of the lighter fluid, oven cleaner and such off of this thing. And I kind of have to go over every area of this guitar multiple times in order to get all that stuff off of there, because I can't shoot lacquer on the binding. Otherwise, it'll have tar or nicotine to stick to.
You can stutter or not stutter, you can slur the words.
I want to thank the mods on my channel for all the kind work they do, and if I have audio problems that they'll help me solve it. Preston, what's happening? I really appreciate their diligence in that.
I'm going to run him home.
Oh, okay. That Mr. Caleb?
That's Mr. Caleb.
Oh boy. All right. Have fun. See you at 9.
by the way, I just wanted to tell you, I have to bulk to get.
Preston was there yesterday when I was trying to help somebody with their audio, and it's funny how the moderators on that channel are all well experienced with the software being used, and not one of them offered to help. And I just told them how to solve the problem. It would have taken about 10 seconds for that problem to have been solved, and they put me in timeout because I helped them.
One of the things that I told you.
So the owner of that YouTube channel lost a subscriber, and every moderator that was on that stream lost a subscriber and have been blocked from my YouTube channel. Just for the record.
Would you like me to write that down? And, and I can look at it.
Oh yeah. Oh, my audio is always good. No, I'm joking. I'm just using my little camera mic here. Stu!
You know, I think every year I get older, my bladder gets smaller.
Oh, yeah, you're going to have to use the executive
That's great.
branch.
That's great. Well, that's looking a lot cleaner.
Yeah, look at the top of this.
It's like a different guitar, man.
Yeah, dude. Still nicotine everywhere, man. This butt end of this thing is nasty. Yeah.
You know, you think of it, Mike's had that guitar as long as he's had the telly, so.
Yeah, this, he thinks he bought it, it's a 1970. He thinks he bought it in 1971.
Yeah,
So that's all we know. So. My knees hurt. Thanks for being here. I won't mention the name of the channel. I haven't mentioned the name of the channel or any of the people responsible for causing me to leave that channel. It's really a guy that I really like, but if he's going to have moderators around that do that sort of stuff to people who try and help, I'm not going to be a part of that community. And it would be really fun to share with you guys the video, but I'm not going to promote that channel or any of the moderators on that channel. You guys would get a kick out of what I went through yesterday. It's really sad, and I mean, I was just trying to help, and I love the guys whose channel it is. He's a really great guy, but he chose some really 2-bit moderators that know how to solve audio problems and didn't even help, and that's in plain view on that video. If you were to watch it, it would blow your mind.
Finish that dang thing.
What's that?
So I better go out and finish that dang thing. I'm on the home
Okay,
stretch.
Mike took Caleb home, so
All right.
he's out for a little bit. I told him we'll see him around 9 o'clock tonight.
That sounds about right.
Nah, how that goes.
That looks right.
Boy,
There you
I
go.
don't know what's going on right here. This is, but you basically, this stream, you're only going to be watching me just scrubby-dub-dub on this guitar. Probably till sometime around 6 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. So. You see the stuff coming off of this, and this is having gone over this part of the guitar I think 4 or 5 times now, and that's just Roncinol lighter fluid. I'm using what is it, Easy Off Oven Cleaner on this. I never thought I would endorse Easy Off Oven Cleaner, but it works. It does a good job. So I might be encountering something a little bit odd right here. I'm not sure what's happening with this. Seems like something's going funky on this. Now, if it means I have to sand it down and refinish the whole thing, it's all right, because I have to shoot lacquer on the. I may have to sand this section of the finish literally off the guitar. We'll see. We'll see. So, I think all I can say is my lesson learned in this is that I don't think some people care if their audio is fucked up on their YouTube streams. because there's enough amateur hour stuff out there with, you know, questionable musicians playing terrible songs and terrible music and terrible productions and such. And if their audio's fucked up, oh well, you know, that's kind of how I think a lot of people look at it. I don't want to sound bad when I'm on a live stream, so I would hope that if my audio sucks, that one of my moderators would tell me, and they do. So, enough said about that. Yeah, boy. I'm not quite sure I'm going to be able to get this. Just got to scrub the hell out of it. Old elbow grease going.
That one's on the dot. Yeah. It may not always be on the dot.
Yeah, there's definitely a coating of something on this area of this guitar. I'm not sure what's going on here. I haven't had, because there's a seam right here where one type of finish bleeds into another. It's had different finish at this point, so it's possible that the thing was repaired and they used like a, I don't know, a different polyester type of finish, and where this is nitrocellulose lacquer. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, there they are. Yes. So there you are.
All right, I get a little bit off of this area.
And just aim for the four big strings. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. But you were perfect, Nathan. Yeah, you want this one on the fifth.
There we go. Yeah, I don't want to mention anybody's YouTube channel. Rody, what's happening, brother?
I know it sounds counterproductive. Oh, there you go.
Ha ha ha, my knees hurt. Yeah. Rody, yeah, exactly. Your audio's awesome. It's always hot. Well, here's this side of the guitar, just kind of so you can maybe get an idea. Hopefully the light is, I'll kind of tilt the guitar a little bit so you can see this bout of the guitar. Looks like it's got a nice sheen on it, doesn't it? Let's see, you know.
And the reason that I
try to tilt it up a little bit, right? So there's that side of the guitar.
That it's a movable.
But
it can be. I mean,
here's this side of the guitar.
You know, just like you're playing G this way.
Right.
So you play that chord.
You can see the major difference in that.
There it is.
You deleted all your songs from YouTube last week. Shoot, if I did that, I wouldn't have any videos left. Ah. No, I joke. I don't have actually, in consideration with all the videos that I actually have on YouTube, I don't have very many music videos. Which, it's kind of sad because I get asked about it quite often from folks, you know, when are you going to write or record something new? And I can't answer that question. You know, I wish I knew. I just don't, I'm not a real proficient songwriter, and I think that's true for a lot of folks, where, you know, they love recording and writing their own songs, but they just don't fly out of me. I suppose they could, but the ones that have, I didn't feel are very good songs, so they're not worth. It's fun to write them and all, but they're not really worth putting out there for people to listen to. You know, because they're just not very good. And I can be honest about that with myself. Uh-oh, I might have to take some insulin while I'm here. Let me see what's happening here. My pancreas is yelling at me. Oh yeah, let's see, where are we at? Okay, I gotta take a little insulin. Oh man.
There's that one. There's B7. That's B7 there, which is
My knees hurt. Your ears don't suck, man.
it sounds for this song, I'm sure.
Yeah, I just feel like it's inappropriate to put out songs on YouTube that aren't really that great. You know, and of course, having said that, we're all our own worst critic. Oh, and if this is triggering you, I'm sorry, I'm a diabetic. And I'm not sorry, I'm a diabetic. I have to take insulin to stay alive. So I'm going to take a little insulin shot here. You can watch me do this if you care. Let's see if I get a global block for doing this on YouTube. It's insulin. Good grief. I just ate lunch, so I'm peaking on my blood glucose. I want to keep that under control very closely. So just took a tiny little bit of insulin. That's what it takes to be in tight control. And the little alarm that I have makes sure that I do that, and it makes sure that I know when my blood glucose is a little bit high or low. It's really cool. Great technology. Okay, so the more I keep going over this one area with the Ronsinol, I'm seeing it start to shine up. So I just needed to keep hitting it with the Ronsinol here, and we'll get all that guck off of the guitar. Now when I'm done doing this, what I will do for this instrument is I will go over the entire thing with just straight water, a wet rag, and make sure to get all of any residual chemicals off of the finish, so that, and then after going over it with water, which will definitely make it look a little splotchy and such, you can see how much better that looks now. You really gotta be careful not to scratch the finish with your t-shirt material, but you put the Ronsinol on there and you scrub the hell out of it. You gotta use a lot of force. My knees hurt, man. I hear you on that subject matter. I think a lot of us struggle with our mental health, and you know, the best thing to do is to talk to someone. At least that's what I've found for me.
So, and gosh, you can't hardly see it. Or I can't hardly see it in there.
Okay. And I'm gonna grab a new rag. I'm gonna let that soak in for a minute.
Yep, you got it.
Talk to someone, and you've got to do something to change either your environment or your your daily schedule routine to really have an impact on your mental health. It's like if you expect something to change when you haven't changed anything, nothing's gonna change. The classic cliche, you know, you got to do something different. Now, I'm not a counselor, I don't claim to be, but I have had many battles with depression, and definitely talking to a counselor, somebody who's not vested, is a very, very helpful, was very helpful for me. I can share that for sure. And I haven't been to see my counselor in quite a long time, but I had a really great one who basically it was just a person who listened. And
Skip the line on each of these.
it's astonishing how much just being able to get some stuff off of your chest and not necessarily being offered answers to solve the problems can help. Okay, so there's that's in your lungs if you're smoking anything with tar in it, nicotine or marijuana, things like that. That's all what it all adds up to into in your lungs. So just so you know. And I'm not offering any advice. I'm not a doctor. Don't do what I do. I'll follow Derek's lead, and I'm a dummy.
Oh yes, yeah.
But I have been through it, and that's what I did to get some help. Was just talk to a counselor. And I realize there are many different variations of mental illness, whether it be depression or anxiety or PTSD or OCD or any of that stuff. Let's see. Any mental state has some kind of a pill for it. I suppose. Medication can help also. I'm not against that at all. It doesn't work for everybody.
And sparkly jackets. I mean, Saving Glory only came out earlier. It might have even been 64 or 65. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that there are
Yes.
areas on this guitar that have different types of finish on it. Definitely had some different finish shot on it at some point in its life.
It has 3 verses. Let's see. The second verse. Let's see. Let's don't take no chance. Not the L7. Gonna learn to dance. Bully,
Wax on, wax off. How's it going, Hugh? I'm cleaning more nicotine.
It's just too cool.
Yeah, you guessed it. Yeah. Hey, Charlie.
Everything you need to know.
Hello, man. I'm just taking a look over here. Let my arm rest for a second. Boy.
In that verse, Hattie told Addie. Actually, I think it's Hattie told Hattie. But when I was
Trying to put my glasses on here.
I got the name.
If you're curious about my shirt, it's Alan Turing, the man who won World War II.
Not a thing she saw.
Well, one of the millions of men who won World War II, right?
Let's don't take no chance. Let's not be else.
Boy, I wish it was. Now, I know it looks better at this point, but it's still, I know my camera is not doing a good enough job really revealing how much of a mess this really is.
You know, songs like this.
Yes,
There would be a woman
today's show is sponsored by Easy Off Oven Cleaner.
without a dance. And then there was,
Clean your nicotine-stained guitars
that's
best with Easy Off Oven Cleaner.
you probably noticed.
Wipe it on, wipe it off.
Oh, we're there.
And you notice I've been only working on this one little spot on this guitar for quite a while now. And it is sticky. You've seen me go over this several times at this point. This stuff is just really sticky.
Yeah.
Really
Man, that's
nasty.
proud of you.
my jug around. You know, it looks all shiny, and then you go over it with oven cleaner again, and it looks like that again, because all I'm doing is just smearing the nicotine around. You can see that's what it's, just smearing it around. Okay. Pretty nasty.
All right, Al, thanks. See you next week.
Very good.
All right. Take care, buddy.
All the best.
Find a nice clean spot in there.
See you, man.
Hey, have a good week, man.
You too.
Bully, bully.
I know.
Al, you have the lyrics to that song memorized.
I do.
How do you do that, man?
I think I started playing that when I was playing at the Trop.
Oh yeah.
Now, and that's the way to do it.
That yeah.
Because
7 days a week.
7 days a week, a month at a time,
Yeah.
5 hours a night.
You play it what, at least 5 times a week?
Yes. Yes.
And you probably didn't even have the lyrics in front of you.
No.
No.
I mean,
Back in the
did
day.
discover during that reign that if you taped the lyrics up to where you could see them, you would never memorize them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I found it out about myself, but I also noticed that with some of the other guys in the band, they'd try to do it after doing it for years. Try doing it without the lyrics in front of them. They couldn't do it.
And now nobody remembers the lyrics to any songs ever because everybody's got their cell phone out in front of them. Right?
Not me.
Not you.
I can't do it.
No. Me either. I
don't
think it
know
looks.
if I can actually see it well enough anyway.
Right. Right.
I did notice, strangely enough, on a Merle Haggard concert video that was, well, it was from back when he was alive, that he did have a lyrics monitor
Yeah.
in front of him on the stage.
Yeah.
And, of course, guys like that have that deep of a book, you know,
God.
because I know in my case, I could play any number of songs as long as I didn't need to know every single word
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
You know, I remember how it goes and everything.
Yep.
Like, what's the first line of the second verse?
That's it.
That's the
If you get that first word,
right.
that's all you need.
That's it.
The rest of it's gravy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I gotta get out of here.
Okay. Have a good day. Now, I'm not going to argue about this, but that guy right there makes the best coffee on planet Earth. And I ain't kidding. Black Gibson LP, something white has leached into the finish on the back. Blotches. Any ideas? Oh boy. There have been some cases where the binding, if it's a Les Paul standard, nitro is still glassing. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, Hugh. The binding on Les Pauls, like on the gold tops, you notice how they're oftentimes, like the old gold tops are green. It's because the gases from the binding, the plastics that they're made of, especially if any of the binding is exposed and doesn't have lacquer on it, it will bleed off, and it will definitely cause discoloration. I'm not saying it'll turn the finish white. And dude, I hate to tell you this, but there ain't a whole lot you can do about it. You can, I mean, here's what I would try first is get yourself some of this, because you want your guitar to look sweet. Get some semi-chrome polish. And you could try to use this on the area that it's whitened on. This stuff, I ain't kidding, Rody. This will make a guitar shine. In fact, just for the sake of argument, I'll show you what it'll do. So this part of the guitar I haven't cleaned. So I know you've probably seen me use, maybe have seen me use this on the show before, or on this broadcast. I'll put a little bit right here. It's a tiny little spot, right? That's way too much. We'll see how much of this nicotine it takes off. So I may discover maybe I want to use this instead of oven cleaner. It doesn't remove any of the material. I believe that semi-chrome is more of a chemical polish. I mean, it'd be worth a try to see if whatever is on it is on the very surface of the polish, but boy, that sure did shine that up in a hurry. Semi-chrome, okay. Yeah. Yeah, this stuff is, you want something to shine, that is the ticket. I get mine on the Jungle website, I think. They have it on there. I have a couple of different jugs of it because I go through it quite a bit. One thing I can tell you is that if you did try that, it's not going to hurt the finish on your guitar. So it would be worth, you know, it doesn't cost very much, and it might be worth trying it. And having done what I just did, I'm going to go over this section right here with this. Ooh, boy, that smells. Oh boy. Yeah, this has some kind of trippy, this finish back here is not, I don't know what it is, but I'm etching it with, it's almost like I've gone all the way through it right there. So I'm going to quit while I'm ahead, because I may end up having to, can you see these scratches I just put in the guitar? Which I think you can see that. And I just got done saying that it won't hurt your finish. This is not nitrocellulose lacquer, because I know that the lacquer on the top of this guitar is nitrocellulose, and I have polished the whole top of this guitar, and it, I mean, it's shiny now. Look at that. You know, and checkered really nicely. This part is new nitrocellulose lacquer. I don't know what somebody used back here, but something that does not like semi-chrome, because you notice I polished this section of it and it worked really well. Which I'm not too worried about that. I'll be able to buff that out or something. It's amazing how when you shoot that oven cleaner on here, how sticky it gets from the nicotine and tar coming off of this instrument, or just being smeared around ultimately. Yeah, right here there's a line I can see in the finish, and the so I got the cards stacked against me on this one because it has two different types of finish. on this guitar, so I think the nitrocellulose is immune to melting with the oven cleaner and or semi-chrome, but whatever this is, probably a polyester. I can see a defined line right here between one type, and it's just sticky right there also. I need to be careful. So I'll have to figure out what to do with that area right there. I wonder, I'm gonna try it just to see. Yeah. I don't know what's going on right here. This is weird. So here's what I'm gonna do real quick. I'm gonna try this. Let's get good old simple green. I know this doesn't touch, doesn't hurt the finish on guitars, although it does usually make a kind of a mess, but we'll see how this. Yeah, somebody switched the type of finish they shot on this guitar right here. Ah, boy. So, bummer. Rody, I don't know if that's going to help you at all, but you could give it a try. It wouldn't hurt. Polishing wax. I never use wax. That's one thing I can. Yeah. Yeah, right here there's a line where it switches the type of finish, where the finishes are blended together. Yeah, I can't tell what's going on there. It's really weird. That's not nicotine. That's somebody got creative with the finish that they used on this guitar. Unfortunately. Do yourself a favor. If you own a Gibson, don't shoot anything but nitrocellulose lacquer on it if you have to use lacquer. Do yourself and the next guy, I should say, a favor. Now again, you know, I haven't even done half of this guitar yet. Not even half. And all this time I'm spending cleaning nicotine off of the guitar. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna try. For a new t-shirt. I'd also like to add that if you are having trouble, I'm easy to reach via email, and if you need somebody to talk to or you're having a moment, you can always call me, always, or send me an email. I'm always here for you. Sometimes that can be the difference between something really, really stupid happening and getting out of that. My email address is readily available on my YouTube channel. I'm not a counselor, but I know people. I can get you in touch, get anybody in touch with someone that can help. Just a little old small town boy. This again, I'm gonna have to bust out my new bottle. I bought a new bottle of Roncinol just a few minutes ago before I got back for my lunch break. I went and bought that at lunchtime today. Killed two birds with one stone. Eat something and get my Roncinol lighter fluid. It's a great cleaner for guitars. It evaporates into nothing, and if you really get frustrated, you can burn your guitar with it very easily. You'll never know it was there. So now that I've let this kind of settle down a little bit, that sticky feeling is kind of gone now. I'll have to dig back into what's going on right here.
Hey, your rig sounds awesome. All I gotta do is take my tools out of it and it's done. Alright, I'll see you in a couple minutes. Just come on.
Forgive me if my head's right in the middle of the movie. I don't like to do that.
See you in a bit. Thank you. Bye bye.
Stu, are you actually working today?
I'm pretending it. Yeah, I'm doing a pretty good job of faking it though.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna compliment you on that.
So, yeah, it's like light. I use mirrors and shadow.
Yeah. That's my journeyman. That is the man, the myth, the legend. You can see the yellow discoloration in that. Now I'm going to have to go over the neck of this guitar too, because it feels sticky. So I'll go over that next. I'm going to lay this down on my bench when I get there. But first I got to finish this back or the sides of this instrument. Alright, I gotta get rid of a few of these dirty old towels. Bunches of them. Look at all that nicotine tar coming off of there. And you gotta be sure to use a brand new clean part of a cloth each time you dive in again, because all you'll do is smear the old stuff all over the instrument one more time. We have 6 guitars. None have ever case queens. Yeah. And Rody, now I know that guys love keeping their guitars looking clean, but there certainly are products out there that could discolor the finish on your guitar. The only reason I say that and just kind of would caution you against overdoing it is that I know that putting polishes on pick guards, things like that, is a really bad idea. It will misshape them, and if it will do that to a piece of plastic, I don't know why it wouldn't do that to some finish, which the result may be different, but the damage is basically the same. So I caution everybody, over cleaning your guitar is as bad as, in my humble opinion. Again, and I just offer you my opinion. This is not fact, but I certainly don't. I keep my guitars pretty clean, but basically I only ever clean them when I'm changing strings, where I would go to the amount of actually taking some polish and cleaning it that way. I don't know how, because I know a lot of people really are very, I can't use the word because I'll get blocked, but they're very picky and disciplined, over-disciplined about cleaning their guitar. And I don't think that's necessarily a good thing always. Okay, let me get up here. Welcome to my new workbench. I got my glass is gone. It got broke when I was home. Isn't that weird how shit like that happens when I'm not here? I love it. I've been so careful with my old piece of glass, and it was so nice to have that. It looked cool, but oh well. It got broke. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna go over the back of this thing. Then we'll move on to the neck. I think you can overdo it with respect to cleaning your guitar. What do you think? Think this is doing any good at all? And see, I've got to shoot lacquer on all of the binding that I've put on this instrument. So if I shot lacquer, I'd be shooting lacquer on that. Which means a year from now or 2 years from now, I'd have to do it all over again. So. And I don't want to have to do this twice. We'll bring this guitar finish back to life also by doing this. It's going to look nice and pretty and shiny. And you know, the cool thing is, the guy that actually owns this guitar, who plays it, I should say, he's on vacation right now. So when he comes home, he's going to come home to a nice shiny guitar. I don't know if I'll have lacquer shot on it by then or not. But we'll see. Don't smoke around your guitars, because you know what it's doing to them. You can see it right there. Nice clean spot. I'm really paying close attention to get it around the edges of this, because that's where my lacquer is going to be landing. I don't want to go more than, I might go a ½ inch into the guitar, because I'll be using an airbrush to shoot the lacquer on this. So I want to have a good ½ inch. I'm just going to go ahead and, I'm not just going a ½ inch and cleaning that in, a ½ inch of nicotine off it. I'm cleaning all of it off of here, but now I got to make sure, let's throw that away. Got to make sure to get it nice and clean. I don't know how well, you get my camera guy to point the camera where all the action's at. Forgive me if he didn't point it at the guitar. He still has a serious drinking problem. Look at that. Pretty amazing, huh? And that's just one little section that I could pretty close to be calling done. But I'm going to go over it one more time. Maybe 2 more times, just to make damn certain I got all of it off of here. And I'm going to do the back of this. Yeah, that looks a whole lot nicer. Doesn't that look cool? Isn't that amazing? I hope you can see that, how nice that is and how shitty that looks. It is amazing. Just scrub the shit out of it. And you can see it change, because it's melting the tar and nicotine off of the guitar, and it just creates kind of a blur on here. There you go. And even when you're going over it with the Roncinol, you need to scrub the shit out of it. Don't be nice. Kind of like stretching strings. That ain't a time to be nice. Yeah, but I still have to go over this section one more time. Let's see what's happening here. Hopefully my, let's see. Oh, man, hang on, I gotta check my messages here. I got a guitar student. Okay. I have a student who is performing in a play at the university, and let's see, what's she doing? He has 2 weeks of rehearsal left for the show. He doesn't want to miss his lesson, but here's my rule for all of my students and anybody learning to play guitar. Unless your school degree or diploma depends on it, schoolwork first. Okay? Skip your guitar lesson, get your schoolwork done. That's my rule. So, of course, I told him, nah. Until, very cool. And then I got another buddy who's, what I do, sound doesn't change. I rebooted a couple times. Until Tuesday. Okay. I don't, Bill. I don't know what you did. Okay. Anyway, yeah. One black car, yeah. Oh yeah. You guys are talking my language now. Black, shiny black guitars suck. They sound bad too. Just because they're black and shiny. That's the only reason they sound bad, is because they're black and shiny. I'm wondering what's going on with that one spot. There you go. On the back of this thing. I'm going to go over that section one more time. I got a clean spot on this rag. Twice. The second time over that. I know I keep showing you my rag, but I want to be very clear with everybody as to what these cigarettes and marijuana that you smoke are doing to your lungs. 'Cause they ain't any different than this. Did your bladder shrink some more?
No, actually, I got done with that install. The guy started crying. He was so happy.
I used to work this hard when I was plumbing houses, drilling a house out, you know. It was almost this hard. Look at that. Pretty incredible. Isn't that neat? I don't know. I hope the camera is picking up how much difference this is making in this instrument, but boy, it looks a whole lot better. Was that your brother's guitar that you had this morning?
Oh, that little one? No, that actually belonged to Kayla's friend.
Oh!
It was that classical with the nick that somebody had took a chisel to.
What did you put strings on it or
Yeah, I
something?
put a bolt through it and put the strings on it.
You did?
Mm-hmm. I just did a real dirty, nasty yard sale special.
Did you put a lag bolt through the neck heel?
I just took a drill and just drilled right through the damn hill because it was so chewed up, and just put a bolt through there and put a nut on the inside and sucked her down and filled where the head was at. And
I didn't remember that. I should do that to this one. No.
Yeah, exactly. This is, you know, this is not a bad old guitar.
Nah.
It has those old vintage Gato tuners on it.
Yeah.
They're a little bit weird, but they were actually really high grade.
Well, you know, it's interesting because the back end of this, let's see, where is it? What, you see this?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's been, yeah, because of this top replaced. They had some issue there, and then they worked when
it's got a different type of finish on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a polyester finish versus nitro.
Yeah, I think when he did this top splice, he shot it around the side.
Yeah, so I'm having a real hard time getting that. You can see where they blend together.
Yeah, and it's just got a telltale, doesn't it?
What's that?
It's got a telltale line right there.
Telltale right there, which I've had that happen before, but...
Well, a lot of times it's when they sand it, they don't fill it with the proper color filler. And then they put the finish over it, and it's a different kind of finish, and also it doesn't have the filler in it.
Yeah.
But, you know, I would be pretty happy with that if it was mine.
I am. Yeah, the problem is trying to clean that area so that I can shoot lacquer over it. I'm going to have an odd looking spot there, I got a feeling.
Yeah, well, you know, that's half the fun, isn't it?
That is the fun.
The adventures in guitar repair.
Matching colors is a miracle.
Mm-hmm. Neat old guitar.
Yeah.
What I like about it is it's got the maple neck.
Yep.
Where a lot of these had that mahogany neck.
And it's a laminated neck too. It's 3 pieces.
Yeah, they're a good one. It's never been broke. Look at that.
Yeah.
Voila.
Yeah.
It's a miracle.
Amazing.
But it's got the little volute. And
Yeah.
you gotta like that. A maple with a volute. That's
Like
really strong.
one of the only remaining Gibson guitars that hasn't had a neck broken before.
I'm going to say, you know, Mike, that fell off the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. I know this is not a terribly exciting YouTube stream, but I know that some people have told me that just watching me work is fairly therapeutic, so I'm glad I could be therapeutic. Not a whole lot of learning going on here. I'm not doing anything too terribly exciting or technically challenging. I'm just cleaning, of course. But if you got a guitar with nicotine stains on it, you know how to get them off. Starting to shine.
Oh my God, yeah.
You think you can play this one when I'm done?
I think so. I may go home and take maybe be the one I play at home all the time.
Yeah.
I'm really glad to see the thing coming back to life. It
Yeah,
just
me
has
too.
been
It's been down for a long time. It's been
years. I mean, 30 years it hasn't been right.
yeah. Well, not only that, but I've been working on it for how long now?
Yeah,
Mike?
but that's-
Good grief.
I knew, I'm glad that there was a little time. If 6 more guitars come in tomorrow, it takes a back seat.
Yeah,
That's the way it works.
It's been all day.
You made a lot of progress.
Yeah.
Plus,
I'm
I'm
gonna
really
be-
pleased to see this one
Yep.
making the
That one I'm still waiting on, that chunk of mahogany.
Yep.
That is at a holding pattern on that one now. I did a little more glue scraping on that today, but
Yeah, it's gonna come back to life too.
it will. Yeah,
I love it.
I can't wait. Got a couple of really neat old Gibsons here that I'm working on right now, and it's really fun to, have the guys here at my shop kind of watch the progress slowly, and a little bit of it I've shared on live streams, and a lot of my older videos, they were. I would do them, and I would actually shoot video of it and edit it all down and all that stuff, but those just became so time consuming to get done. Let's see. Electric guitar tone largely right. You have a good one. Axiom, hello, man. Any of you guys smoke? If this is a good help to maybe help you quit smoking, I hope that it works. If that's what you want to do. I'm just kind of doing a small section at a time on this one to get, small pieces. I don't let it get away from me and do a great big spot and end up missing spots and having to redo spots. It doesn't become very efficient. I wonder how much does a pack of smokes cost in Canada? I'm curious. Anybody know how much a pack of smokes would cost me in, say, British Columbia? I'm not good at the how the dollar converts over to the Canadian. What is the Canadian money called? I'm curious. I've never needed to know that because I don't ever go there. And I'm uneducated on that. It's weird because I touch this part of the guitar now and it just feels really nice, and then you touch the neck of this guitar and it feels like it's got poop on it, only not slick poop, sticky poop. Like it's sticky. What is going on here? They're still beeping. Why am I still beeping? Come on. Why is I still beeping? Should be back down. Man, I'm just right at that edge of right on the edge of my alarm, and sometimes it's difficult to get it to go down. I'm still peeking though. $3 a pack? Euros. Dollars, yeah. $3 a pack? Are you kidding me? Really? Wow. I think here in my state, a pack of tobacco cigarettes costs $9.95. I think. And that might be like the really cheap ones because they advertise them outside on the street. So they always advertise the really cheap ones, not like the Camels and such, or Marlboros or whatever. Euros, you're right. They're euros, right? Natives. Oh, okay. So you're talking about, yeah. So like if you were to buy a pack of Marlboros or something over there, I'm sure they sell Marlboros over there. And here we are doing a cigarette commercial. All right. This was a really nice t-shirt, by the way. This thing is bitchin'. Nice and heavy. Thick. Smooth. It feels really smooth and luxurious. Who knows? Wouldn't that be cool? Who knows who was wearing this shirt one day. Someday. One day. Yeah. It's illegal to advertise. Yeah. Oh, they can advertise them, not on television, of course, but they can advertise them at the markets and such, places where they sell them. Okay, let's get you down here, so we'll get you right in my business. Yeah, this neck on this thing is nasty. God, look at that. Yuck. And the moment I hit it with the oven cleaner, it just got sticky. Ugh. Okay. Oop. I am going to clean the whole guitar, so definitely the headstock. Probably pull the machine heads off the headstock to clean it. I don't necessarily like doing that, but if you don't have to pull a screw out of a guitar, it's usually best to not do it. But I think in this case I'm excused from that rule, because otherwise the headstock will look all smoked. Bless you. I know you guys, I always say how much I love my job, but I work with some of the coolest people. We do some of the funnest stuff here. We're very, very lucky. Oh, today's payday too. I'm looking forward to that. I get paid enough that I can pay my rent. Isn't that cool? Oh. Gotta pay the rent, gotta pay the rent, gotta pay the rent. Now, it may look like I'm having a difficult time handling this rag, and I really am, because when you get this nicotine softened up, it becomes really sticky. It's like, oh God, like almost literally, like it feels like a piece of masking tape, like the stickiness of a piece of masking tape, only it never loses its stickiness like a piece of masking tape or Scotch tape, whatever you want to call it, either one. Because once that stuff gets sticky, boy, it's stuck. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that, Mike.
I was just going to come home and tell you I'm taking off early today. I know what
Hey, are you headed home?
Yeah, I think so. I'll see what Stu's got going.
Okay. Yeah. You know what I'm doing. Gosh. All I had to do was say today's payday. My boss read my mind. That's pretty cool. Gotta pay the rent. I always make sure, actually my rent's already paid. I just always make sure to pay it first thing on the first of the month. That way I'm on a set schedule and I know that it gets done. No, you gotta keep your finances in order. Keep them in order. It's important. Okay. I'm waiting on a piece of mahogany for that Gibson over there laying on the bench. I got a couple of pretty good old Gibsons. That one, the 2-piecer, yeah, 3-piece. It's in three pieces. It's in 3 pieces. All right, let's keep going here. Okay, that is a really nice rag. This one is almost done. This one's kind of wimpy. Oop! I missed. Scrub the hell out of it and then scrub it some more. There you go. Isn't that cool? That is what's happening in your lungs when you're smoking marijuana or smoking cigarettes, cigarillos. Yeah, like around here, I think a pack of Camels is $9.95 or something like that. It might be $10.95 now. I don't know. It's crazy. Okay, I can see a big old spot that I missed right there. Okay. The cool thing about getting it clean like this is any dirty spots, you can definitely see them. And I will end up having to go over this entire guitar again. And I think part of the reason that when I touch this guitar, I've got some of that, the residual oven cleaner on my hands, and so I'm probably melting the nicotine in places where I'm touching the guitar. Let's see if I get my camera guy pointed in the right direction. See, that's just that little bit that I just started with. Yeah, I'm going to take the machine heads off of here to clean the headstock. That way I can do a real thorough job. Again, I don't like pulling screws if I don't have to, but I think in this case it's justified. And these machine heads have been changed before, so I don't feel too bad about it. And I'm guessing I know the guy who changed the machine heads, and I'm guessing that he made sure that the holes were in good solid shape. See that? There's just this one section right here that's just thick with goo. And forgive me for not, if anybody's asked any questions in the chat or had something funny to say. I just can't. I gotta get this thing done because I can't work on this guitar when I've got 5 other guitars here waiting for me to get done. You know, that's kind of our agreement with respect to me finishing this guitar, is that if I have a customer with a guitar, I have to take care of them first. So, now let me see how we doing. Yeah. You're probably correct on that, Axiom. Did you change these machine heads out on this guitar?
A long time ago. I'm thinking about, honestly, 40, probably
35,
42 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. I figured so.
Yeah, Mike gave them to me, and he said, put these on there.
Yeah.
And it had some old busted.
I was wrestling with the idea of either leaving them in there or taking them out, but now that I know that you put them in there, I'm taking them out.
All right.
Just because I got to clean the headstock too.
Yeah.
You know.
And the holes are probably, I probably welded them out with an old.
They're all stripped out.
Yeah, it's just probably a mess. That was when I was just a teenager, so.
Well, I'll be sure to strip the screws.
I was a teenager when I did that.
Yeah.
And I was extremely drunk.
Uh-huh. I'm sure of that.
I'm a Yukon Jack drinker, and so back then I was drinking a fifth a day. Don't tell anybody though.
I won't. Nobody knows.
All right. If I did that now, I'd put it in the ground.
I'm doing my best to strip these screws out, but doggone it, my screwdriver is just too damn good. Uh-oh. Is that the phone ringing?
It is the phone.
I thought I heard the phone ring. Yep.
Oh, right. Okay. Bluegrass sturdy music. This is Stu.
Hey. Oof. Yeah. Some of these screws are pre-stripped for me.
He's in Rome. He's on his way back from Rome, Italy. And he's not even in, so he can't do anything until he gets back on Wednesday.
Okay.
Well, you'll have to call Lifesaver and see if they can give you a bypass code. It's the Lifesaver device. And you got the Lifesaver number? Yeah, we better start calling them. I know that they can give you a code to get you by, this back. And you'll be back Wednesday for sure.
Look at that. Isn't that a beauty? Beautiful neck. I'm checking the ferrules when I'm doing this just to make sure that they're tight, because I don't want them falling out of there. Because of course if they fall out of there, they'll vanish into thin air. These don't have the nuts on the top of them like a lot of the modern machine heads have. These are some old Gottas, whatever you want to call them. Oh boy. Yeah, these screws are stripped. Stu, how did you strip these screws like this? That one's really stripped. Man, had to happen. Both of these are just stripped to beat the band. Something I've learned about stripped screws is that they suck. Dagnabbit. Yeah, that one's done stripped. I'm gonna have to put a new screw in there. Dagnabbit. We'll get her. I don't have a little. We'll get it. Slowly but surely. Now let's see if I can turn that with a screwdriver. How God intended. Alright, I'm gonna find me a different screw, because that one is done stripped. It went in. I could probably tighten it in, but getting it undone. So I need to find a screw that's that size. I wonder if I have one. I wonder if I have one that's just that size. Got the same head on it. Let's see what's in here. There's one. Oh no, that doggone it. These things are hard to come by. That one will do it. We're gonna call that good. It's a little bit shorter than the other one, but yeah, it'll work. I'm gonna do it. Okay. Now I can clean.
Alright. Well, are the holes all wallered out with an old rasp? Yep, that's what I did. Yeah.
You stripped this one screw completely out.
Did I? Fire me. I know what I
You're
used
fired.
to do. You know what I used to do that? The tang off of a darn file. Because that's all I had for tools.
Oh, to hog them out a little bit?
Yeah, I just used the tang like a reamer.
Yeah.
And so that's why they're bigger here than they are on the other side.
Yeah.
So it's crude, but it was effective at the time, and that's all I had when I was a kid.
Well,
so.
it's not like you had money to go buy a drill bit. You had to buy booze.
Well, that's it. You got it. You got it.
I know. I've been there.
I never owned a full drill bit set until I was probably 30.
It's funny, I'm telling everybody not to smoke, yet here I am breathing oven cleaner.
Maybe you loosen to that. Yeah, that's good.
Somebody pointed that out to me today on my video. I loved that. That was very, very smart. However, that's what smoking on the back of a headstock. That's just the back of the headstock. That.
And what's amazing is that it's, set in the club a few times over the years, and, it just shows you. It just shows you exactly what happens,
Yep.
And I'm sure it's not all, by the way, it's not all cigarette smoke.
No. No, I'm sure there's plenty of crack.
Yeah. Because that's back in the old days when Owl and Buzzard and Bailey were playing together.
Yeah. Bob.
Yeah, when Mike was the
Bob wasn't
Al
a
was drumming at the time.
Bob wasn't a doctor back then, was he?
No, I think
That
he
came
was just a crazy
later
old
on.
dude, man. He was a hippie cat.
Yeah.
Major league.
Yeah.
Really a nice guy, though.
Yep.
That's one thing you say about most of Mike's friends are pretty cool guys.
Yeah, I love Bob.
Yeah, very, very nice.
Doc. Good old Doc. Oh, I'm getting the ubiquitous white paint off the headstock too.
Oh yeah, don't you love how
You gotta have white paint on your paint chips on your guitar. If you own a guitar, you have to have white paint, like drips or where it's scuffed up against a white wall.
Yeah, old chalky old.
If you don't
white
have
heads.
those on your guitar, you're probably not. You don't even have one.
That's funny. That's a nice guitar.
Yep, it's a beauty.
It was perfect for gigging because.
Well, and I hope that when I get done with this, maybe Chris will take it back out and gig with it a few times. He sure did love playing it back before it kind
That
of
was
got
Mike's
broke.
main guitar too for a
Yeah.
lot of years before he got the Martin.
Yeah,
And what's funny about that guitar, when you play it lightly, it doesn't really have much of a breath to it.
yeah,
But if you get on it, it just switches gears. It's like you're throwing a lever.
yeah. Well, and, you know, Chris is a real heavy man. That guy hits him hard. Good Lord. I thought I played hard, man. That guy.
Well, he's the only guy that's ever played the guitar and broke 3 strings in one song
Yeah, yeah.
on my Les Paul.
Chris.
Yep. Yeah, I let him play my Les
I
Paul
believe
in
it.
the Thirsties, and he broke 3 strings on it. Of course, it was the high E, the B string, and the D string.
Yeah.
Yeah, he snapped that D quicker than he could.
Boom!
Yeah.
Immediately broken.
And then he wanted me to put strings on it, so I put some strings on it real quick, and he broke 2 of them the second time.
You turn his amp up, maybe.
Yeah, that's the way I always lived, you know.
You breaking strings, turn the amp up.
When it, you know,
That'll make you stop hitting it so hard. Of course, if you're breaking strings that much, man, you're playing wrong. That's what my thought.
Well, I can play a month on a set of strings and not break one of them. You know?
Yeah, I can do multiple gigs and not break a string. But I think a lot of that is really enjoying your tone.
Absolutely.
You know?
If you get enough beef out of your amp, you can just relax and let the thing
Yeah.
just breathe, and it's great. You don't have to make your knuckles hurt. And the guitar plays really well, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Look at that. Good Lord.
I'm practically blinded me from here. I
I'm
can
going,
see,
wow.
I can, from the angle I'm at right now, I can read the wall over there with the
Yeah.
writing is.
Yeah, this thing is starting to come back. I think, yeah, I need to go over the back of this one more time with the shot of, we'll hit it with some oven cleaner one more time. I'm doing my best not to get the oven cleaner down in the holes as best I can. Just, I don't want to get it on that bare wood, but not that it'll hurt anything. Boy, this thing sure has faded over the years.
Yeah, it's changed colors, definitely. Yeah, that's
You can see the original color, and then
Yep, where it was out of the light. And yeah, Mike, he drugged out all over the place in that old crappy case for all those years.
it said it had a broken neck, but I don't see any breaks in the neck.
No, that one, I don't think it ever had a broken neck.
I mean, it'd be almost impossible to break this one.
Yeah.
Going over it one more time. Is that astonishing?
Just
It
keep
looks,
the gift that keeps on giving, you know.
yeah, it looks all great, and then you go over it one more time, and good grief.
Yep. I think the worst guitar I ever cleaned up besides that Rickenbacker was the old D18 that belonged to Steve that had the recording studio down there right here. And that guitar was absolutely, yeah, I mean, it weighed half as much when I got done cleaning it. It was so heavy, it was just thick.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you're in a little room. It's the size of a bathroom recording for 10
And
years.
smoking the whole time.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
It was just, it was right.
Yeah.
I almost bought that guitar. He told me he'd sell it to me for $300, and I passed. Like
Uh,
an idiot.
What was it?
It's an old D18,
Oh.
probably worth,
Yeah.
I don't know what it would have been worth, at least $3,000
Yeah.
now. It was an old one. It was a good guitar. It looked horrible, but it had teeth marks on the side.
Teeth marks?
Yeah, where he got really upset one time by trying to do a recording.
The maddest guitar player in the world.
Yeah, and he bit right on the corner of the body on the upper palate. He just put a big old bunch of teeth
You
marks.
bit it, huh?
Yeah.
I can honestly say I've never bit a guitar.
Yeah, the idea doesn't thrill me in any which way, but
Yeah.
he was so frustrated that he had a nice recording studio though, as far as stuff you'd like. Big reel-to-reels and DAT machines all tied in, synced in with the reel-to-reel so he could record on
That's
all
cool.
of it at once. It was probably more than most people could figure out. You'd have had fun with it back then. Now it's pointless, but back then it was great.
You have a bigger recording studio right there than anybody had back in those days.
You got it. Yeah, I was so impressed with myself because I was the first guy that had a digital recorder in LeGrand.
Yeah.
And it was like, now it's a joke compared to what you can do on your computer.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Gotta throw that one away. And
I
got rid
like
of.
that guitar. Always have.
Okay. Let's see.
Doesn't have much of a bridge saddle left though. It was,
No, I ain't. I'm just pulling these ones out that are coming out real easy. Oh.
yeah, I love losing those.
Yeah, that's always the most fun.
Yeah, that was one of them old style tuners that had the multiple screws and no threaded barrel. They were just pressed in. And I'm not real fond of that style.
Pull the truss rod cover off. I'm gonna get rid of that screw.
Pretty neat.
Getting a box full of parts here. Every screw I can pull out of this thing. Let's see what the truss rod looks like.
Yeah, I think it's been turned once
That's
or twice.
stuck to it. Yeah, it's been turned.
Yep, I didn't turn it much. I think somebody else turned it before I got my hands on it. I think it
It's
was
been
Ben or
turned.
Pete. I can't remember if it was Ben or Pete that repaired that guitar.
Yeah, and you know, this one, it was set up so nicely to begin with. It didn't need anything.
Well, that's the thing is, it was pretty much a player. I did put a Fishman in it at one point, and it was not the right application for that.
Put a what?
A Fishman pickup in that bridge.
Oh.
And I'm so glad. Did you put a K&K in there?
Did it put a what?
Did you put a K&K pickup in this?
No.
one? You didn't?
No.
Oh.
No. No, the moment I got this one, it needed all this. The first, well, I can't say that. But pretty much when I got my hands on this thing, it needed all this work is what ultimately, I've never done anything to this.
No, that guitar was in sorry shape. It needed the Marshall love.
Yeah.
'Cause
I mean, just when he brought it to me, because of that binding all falling off, there was absolutely nothing wrong with it. The action was great.
Yeah, it's a pretty stable guitar, but I think you improved it dramatically by gluing that top plate down a little better. Wasn't it coming up on the where your arm goes over the top?
Yeah, oh yeah, that was all loose. That's all solid now.
Good.
So I'm guessing this guitar is going to probably sound a little tighter, but Mike thinks that it does.
Oh yeah, I think it immediately sounded better after you got done fixing on it. You know, getting all that sludge out there will actually make it sound better. I know that's weird, but a pretty guitar sounds good, right?
Yeah, when stuff's wobbling around on them, I mean, they just.
It was pretty dry. Hey, Chris is hard on the guitar.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, Mike's thrilled that you're getting it all dialed back in.
I know. He's excited to get it back, man. I just.
Yeah, that was his baby for a long time.
Chris isn't even going to recognize this thing.
I think you could Portland with he had the Hamer and that in Portland.
Huh?
He had the Hamer electric and that guitar in Portland when he was playing down there. Then he came back and kept playing that.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I remember.
then he replaced it with a guitar similar to yours.
Yeah, it's a 410 instead of a 414, which is just a grand auditorium with no cutaway.
Still
410.
Guitar, yeah. Still a great guitar.
Yeah. Boy, that sure made a big difference. Look at the headstock.
Oh man, that's looking sweet. Good job. Oh, it's a Gibson. I
Yeah,
didn't read
you
that
can see,
before.
you can read the name.
That's amazing.
Mm.
Oh, I better get this store ready to go here.
Probably not even showing what I'm doing here. All right.
About 10 minutes left here.
Is it getting that close?
Yep.
Quitting time.
Yep, exactly.
One last call for oven cleaner.
Exactly. I'll load this over here. There we go. Don't use that other deck here. We sold the big deck earlier.
Amazing.
Wow, that just makes everything look better. Makes the logo look better, makes the ferrules look better. Wow. Well, good for you, buddy.
Well, I had to clean it off because I got to shoot lacquer on it, man. I can't shoot lacquer on nicotine stains. It won't stick.
It would just look like a mess, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I end up redoing it here in a year and ruin all that great custom binding that we had made for it. There we go. Look at that. I feel a whole lot better about this guitar now.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah, so nice, so clean, I can't even put a fingerprint on it.
Look at that. Miraculous.
Nothing worse than shiny black guitars.
Well, I think that's awesome, buddy.
Yeah. Okay, the one part I'm not going to clean off is the truss rod cover, just because I can.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. You can do whatever you'd like. You're the master.
That way it still has some of the good old-fashioned smoked in bar patina.
Yeah.
Doggone it, my pancreas keeps yelling at me. I can't take any more. I don't want to take any more insulin.
Beauty.
Yes.
Oh Oh yeah, that's right. The pickup failed on this. It wasn't a fisherman. It was something else. And then Chris.
Yeah.
We went that
With the
route.
simple, easy peasy.
Kind of like these old Kalamazoo guitars.
Well, that went in there a whole lot harder than it came out. It's probably already loose. I should have put a little dot of black on that.
That's what happens when you
Yeah.
chip stuff, and I've done a lot of those back when I was younger. I don't do that anymore.
Okay, let me look here. Wow.
Cool. Chunky.
Yeah, still got some shit right there. There we go. Almost done. We're gonna end this stream here pretty quick, but might as well see what my final little stuff that I do here is on this today. Tomorrow, it's likely I will go over this entire guitar again. So I can see that I splattered some oven cleaner on the guitar right here, and so I'm going to get that off of here. Any straight sprayed on stuff. And yeah, boy, that looks so much nicer. Wow. I know that you guys don't really realize what this thing looked like before, but I'll tell you what, this thing is really looking sweet. It is really looking nice now. And the neck doesn't feel all sticky anymore. And yeah, so tonight at my guitar lesson, we're going to be working on the song. Oh yeah, it did have a crack. Okay, I get it. Okay, they fixed that one really nicely. So this headstock did have a crack in it, I can see, but it's a small one. All right. Okay. I need some more here. I can see a bit more residue here. There we go. Well, thanks for joining me at my my adventures of cleaning nicotine off of guitars once again. It's kind of fun, and I get to sit in one spot and do the same thing for hours on end, so figure why not? Why not? Why not go live and share it with the world? There we go. Now we're talking. This thing is really looking nice. Wow. So it'll look a whole lot nicer when I go over it the second time. I do want to look at that one spot. Right in here is where I was having all that weirdness going on. I'm going to squirt some Roncinol on here and see if just scrubbing the hell out of it gets rid of those marks. It almost looks like those marks are just from smearing the tar and nicotine. I don't know why the tar and nicotine would be so thick right here, unless maybe whoever played it had their ashtray sitting right next to this end of the guitar and the smoke was just billowing right out onto that corner of the guitar. I suppose that could be My forensic science studies kind of end right there. Yeah, it's just a different kind of finish right here. Are we ready to get out of here?
Whenever you are, young man.
Okay. We got to work late just because.
Yeah.
It's a good ethic.
All I gotta do is pull the sign and.
We're still open?
Not technically. As far as I'm concerned, I'd only be open if somebody came in the door.
Yeah. You need strings? Okay. All right. Thanks for hanging with me today, you guys. I appreciate you hanging out, and you got to hear some of the most knowledgeable, one of the most knowledgeable guitar techs in the world speak today. You will probably never see him, though, and we do that on purpose, because I like my camera to work. So, everybody have a really great Monday night. I got to go teach students and get something to eat. Preston, thanks for hanging with me today, man. Yeah, this thing is really coming to life, so I'll definitely have probably do some more video of more of the work that I do as time moves forward on this. But my goal is to go over the entire, here's my goal, to go over the entire guitar again tomorrow with oven cleaner. Just re-hit it and check out any pieces, parts that I don't feel confident that are that clean. And then my hope is Wednesday to be shooting lacquer on this thing. That's my goal. We shall see how that goes. But I'll probably be cleaning on it all day tomorrow too. So, peace, y'all. Have a wonderful Monday night. Man.